Jai Sri Ram, friends. Welcome to Bharat Marg. Welcome, Vinay Ji, political analyst. Thank you for joining us. It's an incredible day. Today is going to be an awesome video. The question to Vinay Ji is very simple. Vinay Ji, PM Modi attracts huge crowd wherever he goes. And see here, you would have seen this. Yeah, I am showing this for the benefit of the viewers. Okay, and see here. uh, People of the foreign presidents touching the feet and saying, I was listening to Jai Shankarji. He was saying that he called Jai Shankarji and said, Modi ji is my guru. So this is how I want to welcome him, kind of thing. And he said, I was stunned. He's not a political leader who is coming here. He is my guru who is coming here. That's what was told. Okay. And in Australia, the see here, the Australia,
and what a joy it is to get to welcome Prime Minister Modi here with all of you. I get to speak to some pretty big crowds as Prime Minister, but I have to say that the warmth and the energy here tonight is absolutely second to none. I said to my friend, the Prime Minister, before, the last time I saw someone on the stage here was Bruce Springsteen, and he didn't get the welcome that Prime Minister Modi has got. Prime Minister Modi is the boss.
See, the question I have is, you are seeing the huge arena filled with the people. Okay, and here comes handful of Khalistani terrorists. 2%er. Who is coming to the Pak Premies, who want to come to destroy the temple, abuse the Hindu woman, for impressing their biscuit throwing boss in Pakistan. But what is going on in your mind? Okay, just I know you are not a Khalistani, okay, for sure. But can you wear the hat of the Khalistani? What is going on in your mind?
Okay, so just I'm going to go back in time a few months ago. Okay, there was a huge hue and cry.
Ashwatthamaji says, Jai Sri Ram and Jai Sri Krishna to you. Okay, it's for you specially. Yeah.
So a few months ago, there was a huge hue and cry about referendum, Khalistani referendum. So this happened in Canada, this happened in the United States, this happened in Australia, this happened in the United Kingdom, and a bunch of other countries. Okay. So the whole idea of this referendum was to create some kind of news. Okay. The Khalistanis were kind of trying to muster up some kind of, I should say, courage, because this takes some guts. And they had the guts to kind of go to the city councils. The funny thing was, in Canada, in Brampton, they actually organized the referendum in a community center. Likewise, in Australia, in a community called Sydney's, it's called Blacktown Leisure Centre. It's run by the Blacktown City Council, and there they were going to organize a referendum. So they organized a referendum, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the exact details. And there was a huge protest, and then the Republic Day happened on January the 26th, right? And during that, all over, like U.S. in a couple of cities, Los Angeles and San Francisco, and maybe another couple of cities, and then in Canada.
In Brampton, they had a huge success. Okay, let me put it this way. Because you are wearing a Khalistani hat, so I cannot say this. Otherwise, I had to put it nicely today because I am in front of you. You had more than 350 people coming for
350 people. I'll tell you, 386 people came for the referendum.
Oh my God! So even more than 350.
So that was a big success, and the way they showed the lineups and all that, it was all big success. But on Republic Day, they Khalistanis desecrated the Indian flag. They took it down from the embassy and from the High Commission and in Ottawa and also in certain parts of LA and in Australia as well. And in Australia, we saw some guy carrying Indian flag was chased by a bunch of our Khalistani brothers, and they basically
Come on, you are proving you are wearing the hat today.
you asked me to wear the hat, so I have to make sure, right? So they hit him with a stick, and they took out their swords and chased him and whatever. So all this has happened, but the city council, same city council, Sydney Blacktown City Council, had scheduled another referendum, unofficial referendum, for the same stay, to create Khalistan, just around the time Modi ji visited Australia. Okay, but guess what? The Blacktown City Council, the Khalistani brothers, all of them got so afraid of the amount of publicity and amount of marketing and amount of stuff that was going on for the arrangement of Modi ji's visit that they canceled the referendum. They said that we will basically be there was a crowd of 21,000 people to see Modi ji in Sydney, and people came from all over. There was one group of people, like about 40 or 50 people, and they called themselves Modi Airways. I don't know if you heard of this. Modi Airways, that they had printed t-shirts on their they were wearing, and these guys came from India, and they participated in Sydney's event. And there were people from Brisbane, there were people from New Zealand, there were people from, as far as I think, even Singapore and some of the other Asian countries there. So this is the amount of popularity that he has, and 21,000 people came. It's not that there could have been a lot more people, but unfortunately, the stadium's capacity was 21,000 people. And they could not obviously go above and beyond that. Otherwise, it would have been way bigger. In fact, it would have probably matched the same crowd that happened in Texas a couple of years ago when Howdy Modi was organized in Texas, and they had 70,000, close to 70,000 people there. So this is what's happening. So unfortunately, there is the Modi wave. There's the Modi popularity, and Australian newspaper, it's called the SBS News, named Modi as the world's most popular leader.
Wow.
Nothing, no mincing of words here. They called him the world's most popular leader.
Wow.
Okay. So that is the amount of popularity that this man has, and the support that he has. And imagine about 300 or 400 Khalistani people trying to fight their way through in the 21,000 people. They'll be, my brothers will be annihilated. My brothers will be completely,
absolutely. But Vinay, let me ask you another question. You look pretty tired wearing that hat. Okay, so please remove that. Okay, and put on. We are giving different hat for you. Okay. Now you are the politician. Okay, you are the politician of the country in abroad where he is when he's visiting. Maybe you are the politician of what do you call the Australian Prime Minister. You are the European, some continent. You are sitting. You are ruling a teeny some place. And you are watching this crowd, and you are watching the crowd. On the other hand, all halla bulla, dirty dancing crowd of handful of guys, versus you are seeing, okay, thousands and thousands of patriotic, hardcore Sanatani folks, and hardcore patriotic Bharatiyas who contribute to tax of the existing country where they live. Okay, and you are seeing this. you are seeing that. What is going on in your mind now as a politician, please?
So, I mean, like okay, let me wear two different hats here. One, let me talk.
Man, today you are a hat man.
Let me wear the hat of Donald Trump. Okay, when Donald Trump went with Modi, this was just before the elections, U.S. elections. Okay, a few months before the U.S. presidential elections, and Trump went in with Modi because he had an agenda. Okay, and he came to know that Howdy Modi is being arranged in Texas, and I should be there with Modi, and just garner some some publicity and some whatever, right? So it's all good. It's especially it's in the best interest of the politician that I am, as Trump, because I'm going in for elections. So, but the thing was, my intelligence, right? My U.S. intelligence, the people who work for me, gave me the information that, yeah, Howdy Modi is being arranged. A lot of people are expected, and maybe about 3,000-4,000 people are expected for this Howdy Modi event in Texas, and you should be there because it's a big 3,000 to 4,000 people is a huge crowd. Because
as far as U.S. standard is concerned,
exactly, for in the U.S. we as politicians cannot bring in more than 300-400 people. Okay,
they don't know the technique of giving liquor and biryani yet.
Yeah, I mean, even in yeah, exactly. And the thing is, you cannot bring a busload of people, pay them $100 and stuff like that. That'll cost a lot of money, right? So basically, these guys came in, with the intention that the intelligence gave them the information that, yeah, it's about 3,000 to 4,000 people. Obviously, here we cannot garner so many people, and elections are on the way, and blah blah blah. Even as political advisors and stuff like that told them, you should go in for this. So what happened was, the actual event happened, and when Trump, that is myself, when I walked in, I was blown away. I saw close to 70,000 people there in the auditorium. And as soon as I held hands with Modi and walked in, nobody shouted Trump, Trump, Trump. I was offended. They were shouting Modi, Modi, Modi. And this is the popularity. And imagine 70,000 popular in a closed auditorium shouting the same Modi, Modi over and over again. It's reverberating. It's echoing.
And you are thinking you attract big crowd. You are a big politician. Like that, you are thinking with the 3,000 to 4,000.
Exactly. So for me, I was just blown away. I said, oh my God, this guy's popularity, he's not even in his own country. He is in another country which belongs to me, and he's got so much popularity. So imagine the popularity that he has back home. So that is the concept. And the same thing, I'm going to wear my second hat when Albanese, the Australian Prime Minister, walked into this stadium. And he saw the 21,000 people, like he was just blown away. And that's the reason he just did not mince words. And he said, Modi is the boss. Okay.
Right.
And same thing, the picture that you're showing is the Papua New Guinea Prime Minister, the leader of Papua New Guinea. And he actually, when he received the Prime Minister Modi Ji from, at the airport, he fell at his feet. And this is the amount of respect and popularity that he commands. So that's the way the leaders, outside leaders, think of Modi's popularity and of Modi ji as well.
Absolutely. Now let us compare something here. Okay, I'll play a video hopefully. Okay, because I have some technical difficulty. If the volume is not coming, I'll give you the content. Okay. Now let's see here. You are able to hear it?
No.
Okay. This is in the G20 summit, okay, G20 summit, where G7, right? Now the G7 summit happened. Justin Trudeau went and met what do you call? Let me put the silent. I'll put it in the silence and run it, okay? And Justin Trudeau goes to the this thing, an Italian prime minister, and talks to her about how you should be inclusive, okay, and other things. And the Italian newspaper on the next day heading is Canadian buffoon tries to advise Italian prime minister.
Oh my
Can you
God!
believe that?
They even have a black-faced
Blackface.
Trudeau on
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you had to see her face. Hopefully, I will able to say it. You know, the gay people in Italy should see. He says about the gay people how they have to be inclusive and all those things, right? And the next day heading in the Italian major newspaper is this one. You had to see her face when he is saying, when he is saying, okay, you had to be inclusive to her in the G7 summit. She turns around and sees the camera. You had to see her face. It's $1 million worth. And she says, look at this idiot, what he is talking. That's her facial expression. In that, you are having a leader like Modi, okay, who the I was told, the president here, the receiving president, humble man he is, okay, nothing to take away anything from him. It looks like he told Modi ji that I am not here to receive as a political leader. You are coming, which you are, and we are grateful for it. You are my guru in my political career. I admire you. I learn from you.
Absolutely.
How do you see? Can you compare both? Political
I mean, like
buffoon, Canadian.
the thing is it's not an easy task to become a world leader. Okay.
See here. See here. See here. See here. Hopefully you are able to see it. Okay.
I can see, but
here.
I cannot hear.
Yeah, and I switched off the volume because of the technical reasons. Okay, and it is subtitle is there. Okay, and you had to see her face as you go along. Okay, and you will see that 1 second. You will see her. Look at this idiot. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? That's a kind of look she is giving. And next day newspaper is writing about Justin Trudeau with a black face. Here is a political clown who comes to advise. Okay. In fact, after the truckers freedom rally, in the UN, one European leader is talking to get out. She says, Justin Trudeau, to get out, you don't belong here, kind of thing. Okay, I'll show the video, but you please carry on. It's incredible. Compare the world leaders, please. You are pretty acquainted with both Canada and India, so I love to get your opinion.
No, I'll give you a fact, right? The world leaders, to become popular, first of all, they have to have the popularity in their own country. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And today, Justin Trudeau has about when we every time there's an election coming up, and federal elections are due in very soon in Canada, and they compare the popularity of the top 3 or 4 leaders who are leading the different parties. Here it's Justin Trudeau, who leads the Conservatives. Who leads the Liberals, and then Jagmeet Singh, who leads the NDP, and then Poilievre, who leads the Conservatives. So Liberals, led by Justin Trudeau, he commands about around 30% popularity, around less than 30, actually 26, 27% popularity. Okay. And then compare it to Poilievre. He's also in the same border line, like around 26, 28, somewhere in that range. So they're kind of neck to neck. And then Jagmeet Singh is about 12, 13% popularity. Okay. So that is, and the rest is all like, whoever, and or unknown. So those are the top three leaders here. Now, if you take it to the United States, let's talk about Joe Biden. Joe Biden's popularity is around the 20%, like around 22, 23%, 24%, and that's about it. And
you mean he won the election on postal ballot? So
pretty much.
this is too much.
I mean, like, like that's his popularity, because you know what, the thing about the elections is, before the elections, there's the popularity stays, at a certain level, which is below your normal, where you need to be. And then around the election time, it kind of fluctuates around, where you could be above or below. But then those are the points that actually sometimes, that they swing, and then you could win the elections. Sometimes they don't swing and you could lose the elections. So you're hovering around that mark. But after the elections, people look at your performance, okay, and then see how you're doing, and then it either drops or it climbs, okay. But in both cases, Trudeau and Biden, both the leaders of, one is the leader of Canada, the other one is the leader of the United States, unfortunately their popularity has dropped. Okay, now let's go to I don't want to talk about any other leaders. Let's just go to Modi ji. And Modi ji is actually, when he contested the elections, when his party contested the elections in 2019, right, for federal elections. So first of all, let me go back to 2014. He's contested for the prime ministership or for the federal politics in 2014 for the first time. At the time, his popularity again was around the 30% mark. Okay. And then suddenly the opposition, the problem with the opposition was there was no one leader. There was a chow chow bath. You know what's a chow chow bath, right? It's a mixture. So there was the Rahul Gandhi, there was the Aam Aadmi Party, the Kejriwal, there was the Mamata Didi, there was
So many people.
Telangana. What is that guy? Before Chandrasekhar, so there were a bunch of people. Okay, so but all these guys, and then HD Devagowda, JDS, and a whole bunch of others, right? So all these guys were a mixture together. They were probably in the 20% range. Okay, and all together, put together. I'm not talking individually. Just keep that in mind. But Modi individually was around in the 30% range. But as soon as the elections came close, then his popularity went up, because what he was giving to the people and telling the people, that kind of brought his popularity up. And what these mixture people were doing, it brought their popularity down. So that's how he won the 2014 elections. And right after the 2014 elections, there was surgical strike, there was Article 370, there was a bunch of other things that he did, and also the development work, okay, that has been taking place, right? Highways that were totally abandoned. There were no highways in India. Okay, it was a shame to call National Highways 4, National Highway 7 as highways. They were worse than our streets in Canada, like small streets in Canada. And then he changed the whole scene there, and then the development work started, and the popularity went up. So 2019, when the elections came, his popularity was already there. Okay, so that is a huge difference. And it was above 50%, his popularity,
and now close to 70%.
Exactly. Now it's in the 60% range. Okay, so when he went to for the elections, and then he won the elections in 2019, then again his popularity went up. Now it's in the 60% range, which is incredible. Just imagine, Trudeau's is less than 30%, Biden's is less than 30%, Modi's is over 60%, close to 65%. somewhere in that range.
Absolutely.
Popularity.
I have one final question for you. We are coming to the end of the session. Okay, I have one final question for you. Please answer it honestly. Okay, I know you do it most of the time. You know, let me ask you. Okay, see, you are just one more hat for me today. You are, please wear the hat of Justin Trudeau. Okay, please, for
Sure.
God's sake. Okay.
I live in Canada, so I will wear his hat.
Okay, here you cannot win an election and run without a Khalistani terrorist on your side. Okay, you have to run the country with the support of the Khalistani terrorist who has been banned from coming into India. Okay, and who supports vandalizing and hate mongering against the major community of the Indian who are minority here. Okay, who promotes minority this thing. You know what you call. Against minorities here, and he has to rule with them. Okay, otherwise he cannot win the election and run the country. Now you are seeing Biden asking for autograph from Modi ji, and you are seeing Australian Prime Minister saying you are the boss. Wow, 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 wow. You are seeing other the kind of respects what other foreign nationals, foreign presidents are showing. What is going on in your mind? Please say that, and we are done.
Well, if I'm wearing the hat of Trudeau, I'm obviously jealous. Number one, okay, I'm extremely jealous, and I see that because when I visited as Trudeau, and I visited India a few years ago, I was not given the attention. I was received by a low life bureaucrat at the airport, and none of the big politicians came to receive me. There was no a dinner or a meeting arranged with me, and there was one small meeting that was arranged just for the sake of arranging. Other than that, I only had the Punjabis who welcomed me in Punjab,
In Gurudwaras.
in gurudwaras, and then I had to do Bhangra, wear the sherwani, the salwar kameez, and dance with them and all that. And it was a private party, and the funny thing was I didn't even realize that I was being photographed with some of the wanted terrorists in India and wanted gundas, and I was very happy to be with them. And now I come back to my country and I see
because
that
you wanted the crowd. Don't blame anybody else. You wanted the crowd. You were
I
allowing
wanted the
anybody
crowd.
who
There were
else
about
coming
a
in.
few hundred people there in the party. Yes. and I came back here and I see the popularity that's only growing for Modi ji, and yet I'm unable to kind of have a connection with him and establish a connection. And I'm thinking now I am going to organize one of those howdy Modis or bonjour Modi. That's a great one. Bonjour Modi in Canada. I'm going to organize that probably in Ottawa or maybe in Toronto, and see. And I'm going to hold hands with Modi ji and ask for the support of the people.
But you are worried. You think then the Khalistani terrorists may ditch you.
No, I'm like, you know what? I've got to play the balance because I'm a politician. I got to play diplomacy here. And I also have to look at my own interests. And the thing is, there's a huge population of Indians who support Modi, and there's a huge population of Punjabis who are
Anti-national.
anti-national and pro-Khalistani. And this is where I need to balance. And I know I'm right now completely indebted to Jagmeet Singh, because he's the one who's supporting my government. Because if he withdraws, then my government is going to fall.
And if at all assume Modi ji comes to Canada, okay, as Trudeau, will you advise him how to gain more popularity also? Like you did in Italy.
I need to take advice
like
from
you did
him.
it to the Prime Minister of Italy.
I need to take advice from him. He's the boss. Australian Prime
No,
Minister.
but you advised to Italian Prime Minister and got printed as biggest clown. So
yeah,
I
sure.
can never
If I try advising Modi ji about Khalistan or anything else, then you know what, the Indian media and Indian people will just shame me, and I'll never ever get back into politics. So I have to play that diplomacy. I got to play a little bit of a politician.
Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you very much. It was a wonderful time having with you, Vinay Ji. Appreciate it, friends. Just let us know, what do you think, how the political maneuvering and the posture shown by Modi ji, what kind of impact it will have on the Pak Premies gang, which vandalizes temple and spread the anti-Hindu, anti-Indian hate in Europe and North America. What kind of effect it will have? What do you agree with Vinay ji? Disagree with? Comment, like, and share. Okay, looking forward to see you again. Till then, Jai Jai